I have become someone who lives her life in constant fear. You see, what I'm afraid of is something so common that it shouldn't immobilize me from doing average day activities, but it does. I'm afraid of being raped. This fear didn't stem from rape occurring to me, but from constant propaganda and assault experiences that have shaped me to believe that I have to conform in order to prevent being raped. I always knew about these contributing factors, but never knew that there was a term for what they were, nor its impacts. Thanks to an article someone shared on my Facebook timeline, I was able to figure out that my fear stems directly from rape culture. Rape culture is when rape is present in an environment and sexual violence against women is normal and accepted in society. At first, I didn't feel like this was true because I didn't want to believe that we are tolerant to something as serious as sexual assault. But then, I read the examples. Rape culture is something as simple as catcalling. It is saying that a girl that dresses in short skirts and midriffs asked to be raped. It is saying boys will be boys. It is making sexually explicit jokes. It is teaching women to avoid being raped instead of teaching men not to rape. It is making songs that talk about the blurred lines of consent. It is defining womanhood as submissive and manhood as dominant. It's letting all of this become the norm without realizing its power to change the way women act, think, and present themselves to society. That's precisely what has happened to me. I was first sexually assaulted in kindergarten. A boy in my class thought it'd be cute to try and put his hands down my pants. He ended up with a foot to the face and suspension, but I ended up traumatized. I just couldn't fathom why someone would want to touch me like that. They made me see the school counselor for a couple of weeks, and the only words of comfort she had to offer was that it's just what boys do. She spoke as if I should just accept the fact that males will never respect that my body only belongs to me. The bruise beneath that boy's eye faded, and his suspension was soon over, but the skin he touched burned a mental scar the shape of his hands and expelled me from a fearless life. As I grew, the fear began to manifest, but all from reasonable cause. When walking with friends, I've had cars beep their horns at me, and men stop to explicitly tell me what they do to me. I've conformed to school dress codes that suggest that my body is a distraction to boys. This subtly suggested that I have to submit to men and conform to certain guidelines in order to prevent them from acting in animalistic ways. I'd like to believe that I would never do such a thing, but I have. I have changed my life in order to prevent myself from getting raped. Before puberty, I wore pink skirts every day. I didn't think about the kindergarten incident as much, or that no one would take me seriously when trying to report if anything were to happen. I was okay with taking walks in my neighborhood alone. Now, all I feel comfortable wearing is jeans and t-shirts in public. I got piercings on my face in hopes of intimidating men to steer clear of me. I experience extreme anxiety when I'm by myself in public. I can't have a conversation with a man without feeling like he has an ulterior motive. I try my best to come off as a completely dominant person. My nightmares have a soundtrack that blur together car horns and catcalls and a collage of hungry eyes scanning my body as if my face was a separate entity. This might seem dramatic, but after seeing the statistics for rape and sexual assault for those my generation, I can't help but feel like precautions are necessary. 80% of women that get raped are under the age of 30. 97% of rapists never go to jail. 1 in 5 women in college get raped. Now I understand that these statistics could be possibly skewed and biased for a numerous amount of reasons, but the main reason is that many women don't even report their rapes. And why? Because they're too afraid that nobody will take them seriously because of rape culture. Slut-shaming has become a phenomenon where the raped will get tried in court more for being a whore than the rapists for committing the crime themselves. In 2012, there was a case in Maryville, Tennessee, where a girl was raped after passing out at a party. All she received was hate on social media, in which she was called stupid for getting drunk instead of the rapist getting hate for taking advantage of her. I'm not the only one that realizes the intensity of the impact rape culture has. You can find posters around college campuses that display these statistics. Here at Georgia State, we have a golf cart that escorts you from one part of the campus to the next after dark. Those who utilize it the most are the women. We are too afraid of what could happen under those dimly lit streetlights. All freshmen here at Georgia State are required to complete an online module on sexual assault because it has become evident that rape culture enables sexual assault and has formed stereotypes that we deem true. We need to be able to identify what rape culture is in order to stop it. Rape culture was able to make me unconsciously change into a different person and has me afraid of even becoming close friends with a male. Some days, I'm too scared to even be seen by the world, so I lock myself up in the comfort of my home until I don't even feel safe there. My fear has progressed to the point where I'm even scared of someone breaking into my house to take advantage of me. It is so blatantly obvious to me that rape culture is serious. So why are we still desensitizing the issue?